Double Dash, joined in the booth by Vivirus. What do we have for our next matchup and last matchup?
We have Ant versus TES, Cyrus Corbin Gill versus Bryant Cook. Battle of the Storm decks.
Ooh, I think I've heard of those people before.
Yeah, they happen to be both of our. Yeah, the other one's my teammate. So
you don't say.
Yeah. So this matchup has been pretty fun throughout the years, but the current iteration I think is more tilted one way than the other than it's been in a very long time. Mostly due to Veil of Summer. The fact that Bryant gets to play 4 in his main deck is kind of nuts.
Yeah, combo mirrors tend to, in Legacy, they tend to follow this rock, paper, scissors where there's discard combo, there's Force of Will combo, and then there's Glass Cannon Belcher combo. And like the Force of Will combo beats the Belcher combo beats the discard combo, the discard belt combo beats the Force of Will combo. So like Sneak and Show, Storm, and Reanimator are a good rock, paper, scissors that kind of happen. Veil of Summer throws that all for a loop, though.
Yeah. So on turn 1, we're seeing Bryant play Claw and probably this LED to avoid discard spells. Then he just has to sit here for 2 turns and draw 2 more mana. And then kind of the hand that Cyrus kept of just a bunch of discard spells doesn't do anything. Now, the nutty part is that he has all of his expensive cards in his opening hand.
Yeah, I mean, this is 7 cards, so it qualifies as a keep for Storm. That being said, Past in Flames is very important in discard card mirrors. Veil, however, has lowered its importance to be in the opening hand since we're not really seeing much discard from the test side.
Yeah, I imagine that a turn 2 Ad Nauseam from Cyrus' side is going to be very impactful because he can go pretty low, but I think Brian's going to hit his turn 2 Ad Nauseam first.
Well,
with the LED off.
There it is.
And hopefully Bryant is better at casting Ad Nauseam than I am. It helps when you actually flip your 0 mana artifacts.
Yeah, we'll see. Bryant might have a little more experience than you at flipping 0 mana artifacts, from what I've seen.
That would be true. And Rite of Flame. And he also has a land drop available, which is also very nice. And
that's pretty
yeah,
good.
We're just looking for a tutor effect now. We have close to enough mana.
Yeah, I really don't think either player could have made different decisions. Cyrus could have mulliganed, but you don't mulligan with this deck.
Yeah,
I think it's a fine keep though. You know?
Yeah, and Brian's decision to play out Ritual into Claw is actually super smart because if there's a discard spell after you play out LED, it's just going to take the Dark Ritual anyway. So you might as well get the use out of it that you can.
Absolutely.
And Cyrus is going to be very, very dead here.
Yes, this is going to be a Wish Claw for a Burning Wish for a Tendrils for a 9 mana line, I think. But we drew all 4 Rite of Flames, which, unlike Dark Ritual, which go in the 3, 5, 7, 9, Rite of Flame gets to go 2, 4, 7, 11, netting more mana in the long run.
Yeah. So that prompts the concession from Cyrus. And sideboarding from Bryant's side should be pretty easy. We're going to pop these defense grids for probably a Thoughtseize and something else.
Yeah, some possible wish target that could have value in the main. Cyrus has a little bit more sideboarding, but same deal. We both want to stay as streamlined and consistent, keep our disruption that we have in the main decks. It's pretty good. We do see him board in the Empty the Warrens as a way to combat 4 Veils.
That's a
Storms.
Funny wrinkle in the mirror. And Cyrus smartly doesn't board in Veil of Summers because the fact that it's in your sideboard with open deck list is enough to get Bryant to play around it with the grave shot that you see Bryant bring in anyway.
That's the target he boards in. That one makes sense.
Yeah, it's the cheapest, so you take the least damage off Ad Nauseam. So, but Cyrus forces Bryant to respect the existence of Veil of Summer just by it being its sideboard, but he doesn't have to bring it in where it doesn't. There's no discard spells to counter. The only thing that it actually counters is Tendrils of Agony, which Bryant is never going to cast into open mana post board.
Absolutely. And we see that kind of effect a lot more with Xanad Swarm than per se Veil of Summer. Just the fact that it's lingering, you need to have some sort of respect for it or be okay losing to it.
So now we have video evidence of Cyrus mulliganing on camera. This is a 6-card hand. The Empty Warrant is off screen, but I imagine that's going to go on the bottom.
I think we're cutting out, actually. I'm going to...
I'm a little bit surprised that Brian kept his hand, but that's kind of just a ponder into hope to draw something. But I think we might be doing things on turn 1 here for Cyrus.
Yeah, I mean, having a Lion Side Diamond is pretty important when you're playing a Storm Mirror in general. especially in your Chrome Mox deck, where you don't always necessarily have the resources to convert cards into a certain amount of mana at the ratio that you need.
Yeah.
What do you think of Cyrus's turn one hand?
I think it's pretty good. I don't know all the math super correctly, but this just passed in Flames loops, correct?
I think let's see if we're a storm short. No. This is the Pass and Flames line.
Okay.
So we have Ritual, Petal Tutor. So that's 5. Pass and Flames is 6. Rit, Tutor, Tendrils. And normally this line can't work on turn 1 because Cabal Ritual doesn't have thresholds. But having 3 rituals,
It's pretty
sometimes
good.
you have it. Yeah, sometimes you have it.
So turns out Brian's Keep didn't matter in the slightest. It's not like we're playing any 0 mana interaction.
Nope. As as we heard Sukenik say earlier, it's really hard to play a game perfectly. But Bryant played this game perfectly.
Yep. So does not matter. Bryant concedes, and we're off to game 3.
Is there any world you board differently play versus draw in this matchup?
I think Cyrus popped his Xantid Swarm.
No way.
Uh,
Really? Whoa. That's interesting. You are a 4 Veil deck.
Yeah.
And I have boarded. So let's go back in time. Taxian Provost Regal. There was a sideboard card called Teleman's Performance.
Oh, that's a fun one.
Yes, and this is a Burning Wish target that I hated losing to, and I kept losing to.
Yeah. So speaking of turn ones, Bryant has a turn 1 ad nauseum.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Cyrus Mulligan's again on camera for the record. Bryant won the important game 1, but Cyrus's hand is actually super good. And notice that Bryant didn't bottom. He bottomed the second fetch land instead of the Echo, so you can't hit the Echo off of ad nauseum.
Yeah, that's about as best of an extra
the
card.
blackjack that I did not. So let's see if yeah, we're going pretty well here. And because we hit LED, we have Echo backup anyway with a claw in play. I imagine he's going to try to grape shot Cyrus just for the show factor, because he can go to 2 here for free.
Yeah, so this game is over, unfortunately.
But yeah, that's kind of what we expected to happen. Is
I don't know if I was expecting turn 1 on the play. So you were telling me earlier that you feel your speed has gone down with the addition of Wishclaw?
Yeah. So one of the reasons why is that Wishclaw Talisman as a tutor effect all on the same turn is a mana more expensive than Infernal Tutor. And I think the difference between making 7 mana and 8 mana is actually a huge jump in our Dark Ritual deck, just of how math works. I want to do that math much better at some point to figure out how much harder it is exactly, but it's not inconsequentially harder to make 8 mana.
Yeah, I don't really see the slower thing you're talking about, but I agree that that 1 more mana over 2 turns, or per se 2 mana over 2 turns being saved.
Yeah, I think Bryant really wanted to grape shot Cyrus, but unfortunately did not have enough storm, so we're just going to cast Tentacles.
I am in the Fern camp that he should have grabbed a Brainstorm and crossed his fingers there.
Yeah. All right. Well, Bryant Cook wins 2-0. I think that this definitively proves that TES is better than Ant for all time.
I guess we can't argue those facts.
Yeah. Obviously,
that is the last match.
Lopsided, but yeah, last match of the night. And what a pair of games. A couple of turn 1s. You know,
it was worth the money. You got to see Cyrus Mulligan.
Exactly.
That is a rare sighting. Well, we had 8 wonderful matches. We had a lot of fast ones too. We had some crazy blowouts, some sweet top decks, some really cool lines earlier. I really like the Delver versus Eldrazi matchup. There were some really cool decisions in that one. I think that was the 3rd match.
Yeah.
Anyways, thanks everyone for sticking around. We'll be back next week, 5 p.m. PST, twitch.tv/SchulzQ. Thanks for watching. Take care.
Thank you to all of our commentators. You guys are great. Can't do this without you. Thank you to our players. If you guys didn't appreciate the Storm Mirror, then I don't know what you come here for, because that is quality magic. Thank you, everybody. I will see you next week for the start of our top 16 bracket. So bracket will go out on Monday. Bracket submissions need to be in by Wednesday, and then Thursday is the start of the top 16. Single elimination, double dash, sudden death. See you then.
All right.
There's